Hey everyone, Mac here. Today I'm showing you how to do Hitman Absolution on hard. I'm doing an entire walkthrough. This is obviously the very first mission. The prologue, for the most part, the beginning is kind of like a tutorial, although you can fail it and stuff. And then once you gain access to the mansion, that kind of becomes a mission and you get scored based on that. I get a professional rating. As far as I know, this is probably the best way to do it. You can hold LB here to sprint, I believe, although they might not want you to in the beginning of the mission. So we're just going to go follow this little path here until we are basically told what to do. There's a bunch of controls here that show up and stuff like that. You can kind of ignore all the menu stuff. I did cut out the cinematics. That's why the video is only about 15 minutes with cinematics, including the intro. This will take you about half an hour, as there are a lot of cinematics for the game. We're going to come up behind this guy and I believe press the X button by default controls to subdue him and or rather choke him out with the fiber wire. And then we're going to stuff him into the bin. You'll see a lot of bin stuffing in this video just to hide all the evidence. Again, I don't know if this is valid towards any of the scoring, as it is the tutorial. I don't believe scoring happens until after, but it's common courtesy to stuff a body into a dumpster once you subdue him at least. You know, be a nice guy. This aiming section's a little weird. I didn't know what was going on as I was learning, just how you will hopefully be. You click your right trigger halfway down, and then you'll get your crosshairs to kind of zoom in on their head. And once the crosshairs kind of zoom in, you have a steady aim, and you can pull the trigger the rest of the way down and fire the bullet into his head. Once we do that, we're going to subdue him as always. Remember, there are multiple ways to do every mission. It's Hitman, that's the way the game is made. I'm showing you a method that worked for me and a method that got me a decent score without any mass casualties or anything like that. So we're going to dump this guy into here, and now we're going to go for the guy in the tennis court just talking on the phone. And after that, I believe I gain access like all the way through the garden without killing a single person, which is always good. You want to limit that in a Hitman game on hard. Obviously, on easy or medium, you can kind of shoot your way through everything if that's your deal. Although, if you bought this game for a shooter, you will be quite disappointed. So I'm gonna drag this guy over to the dumpster. Again, maybe not necessary, as it is kind of like a tutorial. Although, just to practice and get good with the game, that's what we're gonna keep doing. Achievements wise, you're not going to get any achievements in the prologue, even though there are achievements for subduing a person, stuffing a person into a dumpster, disguising yourself. You get achievements for all those things, and I do all those things in the prologue. In the prologue, throughout the entire 15, 20, 30-minute mission, you're only going to get one achievement, and that's the achievement without any spoilers. It's a story-related achievement, and I'll leave it at that for you guys. We're going to subdue this person here. You can press Y back to activate this checkpoint. Just in case you do screw up, feel free to go back. I actually did screw up in the later sections and restarted the checkpoint without a problem. And I don't think that affected any of my score. So I did subdue this person or choke them out, I don't know. And I'm stuffing them into the little dump spot here. As I'm doing all this, you'll hear a lot of the tutorial being spoken out to you. I'm actually going to turn on subtitles for the next mission, as that'll help you guys know what's going on a little better, as the background audio is quite quiet. So for this section, I actually sneak through the entire section. I believe I kill one person, and for this section you literally just want to kind of wait around and use your instinct vision, which is default RB. And you just want to kind of use that to sneak around and make sure nobody sees you. There is a lot of waiting in this game. I'm not going to fast forward the waiting parts for you guys. I want you guys to know how long I actually waited, just in case you're trying to duplicate exactly what I did here. If you are having troubles for whatever reason, especially in the further missions, obviously. We're doing a tutorial here. I'll talk a little bit more about instinct vision in a few minutes, actually. I think that might be better. So the guy you see up front, kind of where my character is facing right now, is the one character that I will be taking care of, as he's the only character that's really too much in the way to deal with. So this guy right here, we're going to come up behind him choke him out, and stuff him in the dumpster. Again, we're not disguising. I don't even know if we can use these disguises. I think for this section we actually have to use the Hitman suit, and unfortunately that's all you're going to be knowing for this first little bit. This next section you can use RB. You'll hear the woman who does the tutorial tell you that sometimes patience is a virtue, and if you just listen you will actually get more information by just listening than taking action. So if you listen to these guys talking, they're talking about how, I don't know, they hate their lives and they hate their jobs. I don't even know what they talk about, to be honest. And then they kind of part ways and they kind of scatter back into the garden area, and you can just straight up walk through the next section. So I'll cut out my voice and then I'll bring you guys back in the next section.
There's two destinations, death and depression. And either way, you can be damn sure it's gonna rain the whole time, no one speaks your language, and the hotel's a roach-infested hellhole.
Use instinct to anticipate enemy movement. The guard is headed for the railing and will not reach you.
I tell you, this gig is like watching paint dry, but at least the service is good.
Hey, so I'm back now, and for this section you saw me use instinct quite a bit there, and that just kind of shows you the movement of the characters. It took me a little longer because I couldn't tell if this guy was looking towards me or away from me, but he was looking away. We're going to push them over. You can actually subdue them and stuff them into the dumpster. I just felt like doing something new. And here we're going to need to disguise as a gardener to get through the garden area. So that's a garden disguise right there. We're going to pick it up, or rather press A and disguise as a gardener. Keep in mind that when you are in a disguise, that doesn't make you invulnerable to being spotted. People can still not recognize you and be like, who's that? I wonder, you know, what's going on? And then they can spot you. So to get through, let's say like here, you have a few people who might not know who you are. You hold RB, which is your instinct, and you'll kind of like scratch the back of your head or tilt your head down so they might not recognize you. It's just to be seen a little less. So you see a little yellow arrow there on my screen, so I just, you know, there we go, put my head down, no one sees me. So the next section, you're actually supposed to pull a valve right in front of me. I didn't do that because I was listening to these guys talking about how gardeners aren't allowed through those doors. And since gardeners are allowed through those doors, I knew that I wouldn't be able to walk through without being spotted. So there's a valve, you'll need to pull the valve, the water will come raining down. And once the water comes down, you'll be granted access. I'll join you guys back with some audio commentary in a minute or two.
Perfect. Just perfect. I'm gonna kill these maintenance clowns.
The guards have been dealt with. Doing so, you regain some instinct.
Come on, let's check out the boats.
The guards are preoccupied. You can kill them or sneak past. The choice is yours.
Settle happily for a roof over my head, you know.
Leaving people alive is cleaner, but might complicate your effort to remain undetected. Yet this is the mark of the silent assassin, to leave the world around him unaware and untouched.
Make it up to her. Take her to Europe or buy her a dachshund.
I'm through the compound. Accessing mansion and approaching target.
Good. Infiltrate the mansion and terminate Diana Burnwood. Victoria, bring her in, unharmed. She is very dear to me and the agency.
What? You're kidding. Wait, are you sure? It's not prostate cancer.
Hey, so I'm back. Now you're just going to want to, when this guy's talking on the phone, after that little section you just did, you're going to want to pull him out of the window, makes it easier, and then you're going to want to climb into the window. You can sneak up on this guy and subdue him. You're going to need his disguise. You can use the coffee mug to throw at him or use as a distraction, but I didn't really like that idea. There's actually nowhere to put his body as far as I know, so You do have to just kind of leave him there. And for this one, you're going to have to tap X to subdue him as opposed to your fiber wire, unless you pull your fiber wire out. And you see me take his disguise and then drag him. And now I'll have the security worker's outfit, which grants me access to the mansion, and people don't look at me like I'm kind of weird. Because you don't really want the gardener walking around the main area there. Wouldn't really make sense. Once we do that, we're going to go through the doors there, and once we go through the doors, we'll have a computer in front of us, and we're just going to press Y on that computer to disable the security system. And once we disable the security system, we'll get access into the mansion, and I think that's when scoring counts towards the mission scoring. So I'm facing the computers right now. You can use instinct at any time to see what your next objective is, and then once we get into the mansion, I'm gonna quickly tell you guys what to do. We're gonna take a quick left from the very start of this section. We're gonna head up the stairs, and there's gonna be a guy on the balcony. We're gonna grab that guy. We're gonna steal his outfit or disguise, and then once we steal his disguise, actually nope, never mind, we don't need his disguise. Here we're just gonna use instinct to get by. We're gonna subdue this guy so he doesn't really see us, although we don't need to. Actually, we can go straight for the sleeping pills, or this is just another way to do the mission. You can use the blinds and the piano and stuff like that. So I took this guy into the washroom and dumped him into the bin here, and then you're gonna get some sleeping pills, and from the sleeping pills you're gonna want to go down to the kitchen. Once in the kitchen, you're gonna want to put those sleeping pills into the food. So you'll go up to the pot and it'll say drug food, and you'll do that action. Obviously you can't be seen drugging the food, as that'd be kind of suspicious and people would catch on. And then once we drug the food, the chef is going to try the food to see if it's good. He's going to fall unconscious due to the sleeping pills, and then we can steal his outfit and walk around the place as a chef. So this section actually is a lot of waiting. It's about a minute of waiting, but you do have to make sure the chef's by himself, or else you will be spotted. So I'm gonna get going, and I'll join you guys back a little bit further in the mission, maybe in a minute or two.
No. No! What do you take me for? Salt? Please? I am one of the finest chefs in this culinary wasteland, you culination. You put liquid butter on your popcorn, and you have the nerve to make assumptions about my award-winning recipes. Salt. Shame on you, sir. Shame. Now go on. Get out of here.
All right, relax. Was only asking. Christ, don't have a heart attack.
Out, I say. Go guard a gate. We're shooting some beer cans, you big ape. Yes, you can be here. Search the cupboards for terrorists or whatever it is you do. Just don't bother me. I need my concentration. Artist at work. Very odd. The aroma is different somehow. Did I overdo the muscat? No. No, it's something in just an undertone, just in the finish. Something else. Have I made a...
So, as I hope you're noticing, we use the sleeping pills from upstairs to put into the food. The chef has walked over and tried the food, and now he's going to go fall asleep on that chair while talking about how tired and how weird he feels. Once he gets on the chair, we're going to go up to him, grab his disguise using A, and to not leave him naked and embarrassed on that chair, we're going to hide his body in the freezer in the back room there. Now that we are the chef, we can walk around and add drugs to, certain food and drink, and no one will really suspect anything of us because we are dressed as the chef. I honestly don't know if this tactic is a viable tactic if you're dressed as a normal person. So keep in mind that this strategy might even, work without me dressed as a chef. I just did that because I figured if I'm tampering with any type of food, it would be weird. We're going to go up to this coffee here, and we're going to press Y to put the sleeping pills into the coffee. At this point, we just wait for the main target to drink that coffee, and he's going to do the same thing as the chef. He's going to get all tired and try to sit down. You see me just standing over here kind of waiting. I'm looking around to see if there's any other options that I have, as I am doing this level for the first time, and I didn't watch any walkthroughs. So here you see me waiting, thinking about whether or not I should knock this piano pin down. If you use Predator Instinct mode, you'll notice your high value target. I'm just walking around here a little bit and killing some time while he goes and drinks the coffee I planted. So there you see him taking the coffee, and once he does that, he's gonna pull a chef and say, "Oh boy, I'm tired, and I don't feel too well." He's gonna pass out on the chair in a hallway by himself. You're gonna use that opportunity to pick up the access card that he has, and he's the only one on this floor who has it. You're gonna need that access card to get into the last part of the mission, and from that part we're gonna have a lot of cinematics and about 2 or 3 minutes of gameplay. So I am fast forwarding the cinematics as this is a walkthrough and not a playthrough, and I do get professional. Here you'll see him pass out. Now go into the closet. Just, I don't know why I did that. I was trying to look for something, but anyways, you'll notice I got professional. You can get silent assassin. What I think I did wrong was near the beginning of the level, I pushed 2 people over the balcony edge. You can just sneak by them. I killed the person upstairs in this mansion for no reason. I think you can just sneak by him and not even touch him at all. Oh yeah, make sure you dress up back as the guard, as the chef shouldn't be upstairs in the keycard area. And I unintentionally killed the guy upstairs here. You're gonna need to subdue the chef with the sleeping pills and the keycard holder as well. And I also killed the guy in the tennis court at the very beginning of the mission. I think that's scripted and you're supposed to, so I don't think it affected my rating. But I did get professional to get silent assassin, as I said. Don't kill that guy upstairs in the mansion, and try not to kill anyone else overall. And you should actually be able to get silent assassin, although I'm not sure if you get any achievements in this level. Once you get to this section, you're just going to walk past these little things. You're going to get an amazing shower scene of a hottie in a shower, and that's going to last about 3 to 4, maybe even 5 minutes. Right after that, I'm going to skip right through it if that's okay with you guys. Hopefully you can get involved in the story once you play. You're going to come out, you're going to unlock an achievement. Spoiler alert if you're not here and don't look. But basically, that's for doing that. And at this point, we're going to learn to sprint with LB. You can sprint through this entire section. I don't, as I'm not sure what's around the corner. And you see me use Predator Vision here a few times. The mission's going to end with a tutorial on how to do the point and shoot executions. And once we do that, we're going to pick a lock, and it's going to be mission over. So we're just going to get to this point here. You do actually have to kill all 4 of these people, as I do think it's a tutorial. So instinct mode, then press X to activate point shoot. Time's going to slow down. We're going to mark each person with RT. I missed that second person. We're going to go back to him and mark him. Once we mark all 4, we're going to click X, and he's going to shoot all 4. We're going to get a little bit of cinematic, a cool looking slow-mo of all the people dying. And once we do that, we're going to see that I'm going to just go pick the lock. Once I pick the lock, game over. I get no achievements other than that one, as it is a tutorial. A lot of achievements in the next mission, so you guys know. Make sure to keep watching my walkthroughs. I'm doing the whole game on hard and trying to get Silent Assassin on most of the levels. I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video, and thanks for watching. Make sure that you know you can use the little menu at the end of the video to access some of my other content online on my YouTube channel. I will see you guys around, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz.